Hi Bogdan, Yusuf from MMA 101. You fought in Saudi Arabia last time and Muhammad Naimov also fought there. Both of you won. Have you seen him there or had any talks?
Hello first, and yes, I saw him. We was in the warm-up area together and we had a nice talk. It was a very respectful talk and I think he's a good guy.
We saw you in Saudi Arabia. Now we are seeing you in Baku. So you are fighting in very unique places where we don't have so many events. Are you planning to come to Abu Dhabi maybe in October or Las Vegas? What do you prefer if it comes to you?
I mean, the most important thing for me is just to perform good. And whatever the UFC has in plan for me, I'm ready.
We heard that you are a good chef. What is the best meal that you can prepare after a fight?
Oh, I'm not the best chef. I'm a good chef, but the best chef is my fiance right there. So the best meal I can prepare is protein pancakes. Protein pancakes are really good when I made them.
Nice. All the best, brother. Yusuf from MMA 101. I would like to ask you, you mentioned about the youth, the Tajik youth who are hungry to fight and they are champions in IMAF and we see them in Abu Dhabi when they come and we are seeing so many names that we expect them to be maybe in the UFC and the highest promotions very soon. Do you feel this is heavy for you that you are among the first Tajiks to be worldwide? Is it heavy to be a role model to this young generation?
That's a good question. Honestly, you know what, I know, for example, 3 years, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, all Tajik people, they all watch UFC. All, always, even ACA, our brothers now, journalists, when they're making some show, all Tajik people go. So, UFC, for us, it was something different. It was really hard to get to UFC. And when in 1 year, 4 Tajik get signed by UFC. So it's always hard in shoulder to show up, but I always telling myself, I'm fighting for myself first of all. Second thing, I represent my name, my family, and then my country. So if you think like this, you're not gonna perform good. Oh, Tajik people watching me. No, this is energy for me. I really like it. I know, Saturday night in Tajikistan, all people around Tajikistan, in villages, in my motherland, Kulop city, and also in Dushanbe, everybody in restaurant, cafes, cinema, everywhere they're gonna watch the fight. That's extra energy for me.
Great. In last event in Saudi Arabia, you and your opponent were in the same card and you both won. Have you had any interactions with him there in Saudi Arabia?
Honestly, no. I just saw him. He laughed to me. I says bro, there's no time like that. I respect you, but don't laugh, please. Because on Saturday we're gonna hate each other.
Hi Ignacio, Yusuf MMA 101. My question, if you win by finish over a top fighter like Fiziev, do you think you can claim a top 5 fighter next? And who do you think will make you near the title?
After this fight, after finishing Fiziev, I think I'm going to be in a position wherever I can ask a really good fight, anywhere in the top 10. I don't know if the top 5 yet, if the UFC think I deserve it, I would take it. Me and my team, we always ready for everything and anybody on this division. I would love to face some big names like Dan Hooker next, and why not, one of my dream fights, Max Holloway.
Do you think your younger brother, Albert, is ready for UFC and can be a champion here?
There is not a question in the world. My little brother, Albert, Jaulita Bahamondes, he's going to be in the UFC. I think he's still a little bit young. He needs a little bit more experience, but it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. He's way better than I was whenever I was his age. So you guys are about to see a lot of Bahamondes in the UFC, and not just he's going to get there, he's going to be a champion. He only needs the experience and just keep working hard how he's been doing.
Hi Tofiq. My question to you, how do you compare the crowd and the fans in Azerbaijan liking to watch UFC compared to Russia, Dagestan, and the other countries around you?
İnşallah John dövüşte bizim
We're all going to see him mention on the 21st of June how the local fans are going to support him, and we all are going to witness it together.
Great. Last question. One of your hobbies is ping pong. How do you see ping pong helping you in your MMA fights?
He doesn't know how to answer to this question. I believe it's just a hobby.
Hi Jamal, Yusuf here. I would like to ask you about some statements from Hamad Ankalaev that nobody in the division wants to fight him. Anybody approached you before about fighting Ankalaev, or you were just focused on this fight?
I mean, I've lost my last 2 fights. I don't really think they're looking to hand me a title shot right now. So I'm just focused on this fight, and it's just been about this fight. So getting the win and then see what happens after that.
From your fight with Alex Pereira against Khalil, and Alex Pereira against Ankalaev, I felt that he had 3 different performances. What do you think about his performance? As you mentioned, every fight is different, but how do you see his performance?
If you want to talk about Alex's performance, talk about it with him. That ain't my job.
Hi Khalil, Yusuf MMA 101. Would like to ask you, how do you compare Alex Pereira who fought you and the one who fought Ankalaev?
I think that the Alex Pereira that fought me, maybe he was a little bit more fresh, you know? Yeah, there was more intensity in the fight with me. That's about the best thing that I can say. I think after listening to the news and hearing some of the stuff that he had to say, yeah, he fought a lot of times. And I think by the time he had to fight Ankalaev, maybe he was a little bit tired from fighting so much. Yeah, I think he's still a great champion and would love to, or, you know, former champion, and would love to see him fight again the same way that, you know, the same way that our fight went.
Last question. Do you feel that after a great performance against the ex-champ Alex Pereira, that now UFC are giving you only top 5 opponents because you are up to that level?
I think so. I think the UFC was able to see the skills, my skills against Alex, and I think that it helped them to see that maybe I am worth being up at the top and fighting for, you know, fighting for a title, especially after going 4 rounds with Alex, and before that fight, you know, not many people besides Izzy were able to do that. So I think that the UFC saw potential, and I think they saw that it's absolutely possible that one day I can be champion. So I believe that now they're trying to make the right decisions in the matchmaking to make that possible.
Hi Curtis, welcome to Baku. We saw the fight against Rizwan was scheduled several times in February, I believe, then March, then now. Do you feel that, is it UFC insisting that you fight only this fighter, or?
There wasn't anyone else available. If you look at the availability of guys, there wasn't anyone available. And who wants to wait? I haven't had a fight since last July. I'd like to make some money this year. So.
Do you believe that Jon Jones is impacting such fights from happening, making it stagnant division?
Yeah, without the movement, where are we going to go? Like, eventually, number 5 is going to move up and get a higher opponent. Number 4, number 3, and so on. If he doesn't fight, like I said a month ago, I would like for him to be stripped. Like, we all get it. He's the GOAT. He's great. But if you're not going to be active, what are you doing holding the belt? What are you doing holding up the division? I get what he's doing. He enjoys this. He enjoys his name being talked about. I'm over it already. It's been, I don't even know how long it's been since he beat Stipe, but it's been long enough. I think he should be stripped.
Do you feel that the fans are fed up from Jon Jones and the hype is no longer there because of this long period?
No, because a lot of the fans are casuals. They don't care. He could be 50 years old and they hear Jon Jones and their eyes pop out of their skulls. But if you're a real fan, you understand every year he waits. He gets a little slower, a little weaker, he loses hype if you're a real fan. But for the casuals, they'll be hyped around him for as long as he's alive. He could be ancient and they'll still be hyped up to watch him fight.